Hey guys, I'm Chris Henson and this is Trash Talk. Today we're going to be talking trash. It's not locker room talk, but it's focused on being the best. And being the best means we're the safest, most efficient, customer-focused company in the industry. Isn't that right, Jim?
That's right, Chris. Today we're going to talk about what we've accomplished as a team in 2015. You've all worked hard and it shows. So in this show, we're going to take a look back and celebrate our successes, then look toward 2016 with renewed focus.
I'll be serving as moderator between Jim Olson, our Vice President of Safety and Environmental Compliance, and our distinguished panel of Republic drivers.
This year, we've made backing safety a top priority. We brought you a backing basics refresher, put you to the test with 2 obstacle courses, and then reminded you of the risks when backing with our Think, Choose, Live show in September. I have kids, and I know a lot of you do too. At the end of the day, we all want to go home to our children knowing we did everything we could to prevent another tragic accident like the one Mike witnessed. Chris, I know we've been working hard on making backing safer, but let's hear from our folks in the driver's seat, what they have learned about backing safety.
Well, let's find out. Today we're joined by Tim Hickel, Carla McDonald, and Dan Baker. So tell us, why do you think focusing on backing was so important this year? Tim?
Well, that's our leading cause of accidents in our industry. So you really, big goal to try to get that down.
Right. So you're a roll-off driver and you back quite often. So what are some of the challenges you face while backing?
Do a lot of construction sites, so things always change when you go in there. So you have to concentrate on everything beside the truck as you're backing.
Now let's talk about some of our backing refresher courses. Dan, what did you learn from the mirror check station?
Number one, that our mirrors have to be properly adjusted. And if it takes a few extra minutes in the morning to make sure it's done, make sure they're set before you leave the yard, because it affords the best view that you can have and when you do have to back.
Right. And then, so did you learn anything when they put the truck in there with the cones for the backup camera too?
Yes, also that the cameras need to be properly adjusted.
Right. So was your camera positioned in the right position? We'd heard reports that as folks are doing it, we actually found trucks with the brackets were on upside down, and they're like, oh my goodness, we couldn't even adjust the cameras correctly. Did you experience that, or did you hear about it?
We heard about it in our division. Our cameras were fortunately all adjusted right,
Awesome.
But we did hear about it.
And so when you got the mirrors and the camera adjusted right, did you hear from any other drivers about the increased visibility or?
Yes, most of the drivers, once we realized that some of our mirrors were out of adjustment and the cameras needed to be tweaked a little bit, everyone was much happier with the results.
That's awesome, awesome. How about the serpentine backing course? Carla, what did you learn?
Learned that that's a very important part of driving, because while you're out there on the route, sometimes you have to back up, and you have to back in such a way that you might be between cars. And you have to, by doing that practice with the cones, you're able to learn how once you move this part of the truck this way, you can avoid hitting that car with the other end of the truck if you just cut your wheel at the right time as you go through. So it's a very important part of your backing, because you do it all day long whether you know it or not.
Right. So it's about monitoring all 4 corners of the truck, right?
Right. At all times you have to keep up with your mirrors and your backup camera and the fixed objects. And you also have to look out for children and everything else. So it's an important part that you use those mirrors properly and the backup camera, because it all goes together when you're backing up. You need it all.
Right. And so you were telling me that you had a cul-de-sac. You showed me a picture on your phone of a cul-de-sac. It's like a parking lot.
Yes.
And you got to service all those. So what did you do when you pull in? What did you do to make that a safer environment? Because I looked at the picture, there's cars going everywhere.
What I did was I talked to the customers and I asked them if they could line their cans up on the right-hand side at the beginning of the opening of the cul-de-sac. That way I can service those cans, and once I service those cans, there's always a gap to my left, and they leave the gap for me. And when I hook to the left, and then I back it up because there's a gap right here.
Right.
And then I'm able to work my truck around where I can pull right back out of that cul-de-sac.
Shows that you've taken a lot of initiative to make sure that you do your job safely and pay attention to all those fixed objects.
Yes, sir, you have to.
Awesome. Well, Jim, what do you think? It sounds like they learned a lot.
It just goes to show how much we can accomplish when we work together and stay focused. But that doesn't mean we can relax. We have to go out there every day and continue to be vigilant and careful every time we put the truck in reverse.
That's exactly right. And Jim, this is a crazy month. It's not only winter, but the holidays are just around the corner.
Yeah, and so are the risks. Distracted pedestrians carrying packages, bad weather, schedule changes. It's a hectic time, definitely. But we want to make sure that no one feels extra pressure to get things done too quickly without regard for safety.
Yeah, don't feel like you have to catch up or race. The trash will still be waiting on you, and you know, for the most part, people understand that their pickup schedules will be off during the holidays. Now, when you're out en route, you know it's important to stay focused, to think about safety, and to choose safety, especially when backing or driving in adverse conditions and during the holidays. But what happens if we fail? Dan?
There could be an accident. There could be damage to property or worse.
Right. And Carla, what do you have to say?
During the holidays, you need to be safer. We want everyone to go home safe. We want the children to enjoy their holidays, their Christmas, their families. So while you're out there, you need to pay more attention. Be careful, because you're going to have different people in your environment. Maybe they came in from out of town or whatever. They don't really know what's going on around them. Be careful. That way you can go home to your family and have a safe holiday, and they can go home to theirs too.
Right. So that, Tim, that brings us to the holidays situation. I know you drive in Pittsburgh, and with all the tunnels, there's a lot of converging traffic. You know, how do you handle that situation?
You slow down, because you get a lot of people don't know where they're going at, and it is a lot of confusion coming into our city. So you slow down and take your time and make it safe for everybody.
So in the holidays, you know, from a temporary construction type scenario, do you see increased volume, challenges with loads?
Yes. A lot of people out doing our like we do a lot of shopping plazas and everything. Everybody's out shopping and everything, so a lot of our cans are blocked. Or that time of year we get a good bit of snow. Right. So.
And that all adds to the difficulty of backing into the can.
Yes.
So how do you handle that situation?
Take your time and check all 6 sides of your trucks and that, because they'll pile of snow like in front of your dumpsters. So you got to come in on angles and things. So you got to make sure there ain't nothing there.
So it's about staying focused.
Yes.
Exactly. Thank you, guys. You know, the holidays are a time for celebration, for having fun with family and friends. This December, stay focused on safety. Think about the hazards and always choose to be safe so that you can celebrate with your loved ones.
At Republic, we pride ourselves on being excellence-driven, driven to excel in safety, customer service, and our operational standards. Our success as a company is a direct result of the work you do, and we truly do appreciate it. I wish all of you a safe and happy New Year. Remember to think, choose, and live safety.